Hey, I think if you're in the chat, you can hear us now. We are if you're in the chat, do you guys ever just randomly decide you want to order food or beverages, midweek? No? Okay, just me.
No, I think that's you.
Cool.
Honestly, besides that's where most of my money be going. Get out for real.
Oh,
I
really?
honestly shamed.
Yeah, I had to eat an order out today because I haven't made it to the grocery store since I've been back from going out of town, and life been lifing,
I
and
mean, you
I
gotta
ain't had
Instacart.
time to go to the grocery store.
You gotta do Instacart. It's like the best thing now to never have to go to the store. I be buying all kind of shit on Instacart. Toilet paper, for a knife, a blender. One time I bought a fan on Instacart.
Oh my god.
Girl, get out of here. A fan?
Yeah, because you can Instacart from like any store. Like, I mean, the stores that's available, but it's all kind of stores on there. Like, not just grocery stores.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge advocate for Instacart. It definitely gets the job done for sure. But today, I will 100% be ordering some Uber Eats because it was a day. Did y'all have like a long day this week? Or today, I should say?
Yeah.
Girl, yes.
Bianca, your face right now.
Yes. I'm having a long mantra. I thought last week was a week, and this week is just, I don't know, it's just rolling right into rotation. So,
And you
yeah.
know what you can look forward to is that it's the last day of Mercury retrograde. So
Oh, great.
within the next couple of days, the energy will be clearing out and get back to normal.
Doesn't that sound good, Bianca?
Yeah, that sounds great.
You look just like Ruby with your hair like that. Just
Doesn't she? Oh, okay. So Shay, I thought I was the only one because she sent me this picture that she took while she was out of town, and she had the same hairstyle. She was leaned against a tree, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you look like just a taller, older version of Brie right now.
It's too funny.
I know. I did our hair late.
Twins. Okay. Well,
Right.
ladies, are you guys ready to hop into the topics this week?
Let's do it.
All right. So, first up, which Shay actually let us know this, but this month is Black Music Month. I did not
Happy birthday,
Me
Techno.
neither.
know that was even a thing.
Yeah, so actually, Black Music Month, this has been out for decades. It's not anything new. But I think President Biden just announced last week that he was like declaring it an official holiday month, like Black History Month or whatever. Who was it? I want to say it was like Nixon or something. That sounds off. I'm going to find
Really? As in
see
rich
it.
President Nixon?
Yeah, like it was a long, long time ago when they declared this.
Okay, that's bizarre. Well, this is also not. Well, I'll wait till we're done talking about Black Music Month because when you're talking about declaring holidays, I'm sure you guys seen what's been buzzing about Juneteenth as well.
Oh shit, it's Jimmy Carter. My dumb ass. Nixon.
To be fair though, you said that didn't sound
It's
right, so
okay.
you
Like
knew.
you're stuck up.
Yeah, in 1979, that's when he decreed that it would be Black Music Month.
Okay. Wow.
Did not know.
Yeah, did not know that either. So, with that in mind, we had to switch up the order of this week's show. Also, did we let the web show know why we're on Wednesday this week instead of Sunday?
Nah, we didn't announce nothing.
I mean, you don't have to go into it if you don't want to. Be do you want to let the people know?
Yeah, so basically, my best friend is moving to Texas. She's having a going away party, and I wanted to be there. I told you guys I was having a week, so typically when I'm going to Detroit, I would go on a Friday, but this time we decided to go on a Saturday. And even after getting all my life together, I still could not leave until like the afternoonish. Timing is important here because hold on one second, guys.
Hashtag mom life.
Period.
What do you think she's saying right now?
hmm
Me, Bree. I told you I'm doing the web show right now. Please go
No.
sit down.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so we in the car, and I got a brand new car. This is also important. So I have a brand new car, and my car suddenly just shoots me this error message that says power engine power reducing. So I'm like, what? And then my car starts slowing down. Anyway, long story short, I decide to keep driving to Detroit, and I'm just praying to God that I get there, and I almost get there, but then my car completely shut down 5 minutes before I was. Literally, the estimated time said 5 minutes before I was gonna make it, and I stopped at the busiest part of the freeway. It was rush hour traffic. That's why I was telling you all the time I was leaving because it was rush hour traffic in Detroit. They already drive crazy. They was driving crazy as hell, and it was hella people. Nobody was trying to slow down. Like this was a very dangerous situation. Then me and Bree got trapped on the side of the road. It's one thing when you like your car break down and you in like your city, cause it's like you at least know like help is. It just feels more comfortable. It's a familiar area. When you're out of state and your car breaks down, it really feels like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, who's gonna save me? No one. But because we was 5 minutes away, my best friend's boyfriend did actually come save us. And he actually saved my car from the freeway too, because where would I have got it towed to? Anyway, the whole problem with my car. So I was supposed to come home on Sunday, but I couldn't come home because I didn't have no car and nobody could look at my car till Monday. And when they finally looked at my car, they told me that the last person who serviced my car didn't tighten the sealants on one of the oil things. And the oil was just leaking on my engine. And my engine was sending me my message because it's like, hold up, we don't know what the fuck is going on around here, but we just got to keep the car at a certain pace. It was preventing my car from overheating so that we didn't explode. So, good news is I did get my car back. I did make it back home, but there was no show on Sunday because I was trapped in Detroit. So here we are, midweek, hanging out to regroup and recap.
Hey, but y'all know what is so crazy is the same thing happened to me and the same day as Bianca. And literally when I called her, I was like, wait, what? That happened to me too. Like I was on my way to one of my clients' house because if y'all don't know, I'm a mobile lash tech. So like I just be going to people's house. And me and the kids in the car, we like driving on a back road and shit because I decided to avoid traffic by taking the back road. And we was pretty much, it was nothing around. Like it was probably 10 or 15 minutes away from like any stores or nothing. And then my car did the same thing. It just started slowing down to like 45. And I was like, what the hell? What is going on? So I just pulled over because it seemed stupid to keep driving it like that. As soon as I pull over, this shit is smoking. So like where Bianca's what car stopped it from overheating, my shit is only a 2009. That shit overheated. And then I had to call my insurance, get a tow, and then I had to wait for my girlfriend to come and pick us up from the fucking mechanic place, only to get my car back 3 days later for them to say the same fucking thing that basically I had got an oil change that previous Tuesday, and they just didn't close up something.
What
And
is?
girl, yes. And I feel like it's a message in that for that to exact same thing that happened to both me and Bianca. Like, we need to slow down. Like, where is we going in a rush?
Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely did call my dealership and give them a little lengthy message to the manager of the service department to let him know how unsafe and how negligent the techs are and how they should be taking more care and due diligence to make sure that this doesn't happen to me or any other customer whose life may potentially be at risk.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope they took.
wild.
But you know what else the lesson is too? I feel like me and Bianca is both like complainers in a sense. Like when something bad happened, we just like, oh, what the fuck? Like we instantly go into further bad things that could happen in the situation. And like I feel like we passed the test from the universe. We both mostly stayed calm and collected. We was like, it's nothing we could do about this right now. It's out of our control. So let's just see what happens. And we literally, it was fine. And I didn't
Wait,
end up having to pay a lot of money to get my car fixed.
hold
So it was
on.
great.
That's the Bianca you got about this situation?
I talked to her like a day later at a dollar short.
Nah, nah. I mean, you know what though? You did still handle it. I don't think she was that calm with me, but she was still a lot calmer than normal Bianca. So test
Thank you. I was
passed.
about to be like, she's
You
not
were,
gonna give me no
you
credit.
were, you were, but it was still.
But that's because I called Shani in the moment, so she caught it in the moment.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, by the time I told you, you was already at the party. So it was like he was trying to chill out, just enjoy it. Like,
Dang.
Because who wanted to be the Debbie Downer at the party?
Facts.
Real quick, I was at this party too, and have anybody ever just randomly dropped that they did some hard drugs around you that you just wasn't expecting? Like, you like,
In college, but not as an adult.
wait,
yeah, so
the drugs was being done at the party, or the conversation was brought up.
the conversation, I think it was done at the party, but it was like
It
this
was.
person came to the party. Yeah, it wasn't a party thing. Like it wasn't a part of the party. Let's be clear, this wasn't that type of party. So that's why I'm bringing this up because me knowing this not that type of party, I was just like, oh shit, like just sitting around, and this girl who wasn't even really invited for real, just who just basically showed up. She's like, "Dude, the fucking acid is fucking smacking me in the face," and I'm like, "The
Oh my god.
acid."
Well, you consider acid to be a hard drug?
Yeah, you don't think acid is a hard drug?
No, it's the
No,
hallucinogen
because
thing.
she
It's
told me
not like the same as doing crack or
was
meth.
drinking a beer and smoking weed. I just felt like a lot was happening. Like you on acid, you smoking, and you drinking. Like I just feel like it was a lot, and I just wasn't expecting her to say that. And when she said that, I could totally tell she was like all her energy was giving. I'm on something.
Y'all should have been like, "Is you rolling? Is you rolling?"
Like she couldn't sit down. She kept like, "Where's the music? Where's the music?"
Bro, I'm sick.
Oh shit!
I've never done acid, but like I've done shrooms before, and it definitely wasn't something that had me excited like that. I don't know what she might have been on more than
Girl,
acid. Now.
girl, that's what had me thinking. Like maybe she just mentioned the acid, but who knows? She probably like I don't. What else? You know what else was in the cocktail?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Well,
We gonna pay her because we don't know how she doing right now.
has anybody checked on her? Yeah,
She should be
so
fine. But yeah.
that was Bianca and Shay's weekend. I'm so sorry y'all had to experience that, but I'm definitely glad that both of y'all car issues seem to be either resolved or getting resolved. And like they say, here we are with a
Because
midweek.
we're blessed in our favor.
Yes. Midweek episode is a little bit different, not only because it's on a Wednesday, which is a weeknight, but because it is Black Music Month. We are actually kicking the show off this week with the music segment. So there's a lot of new music coming out, which we'll get into. But really quickly, before we get into that, anything y'all have been listening to heavy in the rotation lately? No. For me, I will say for me, I actually haven't been listening to music, but I've repicked up my podcast. Like the podcast that I used to listen to like faithfully for the last few months, honestly, I don't know if it was I was just so involved in like, personal things, personal projects, but I completely neglected my podcast. And this week I just been binging on all of them.
Yeah, I haven't really been listening to music because I've just been so buried in my job and work and stuff that I haven't even been listening to music. That's how you know I ain't been listening to music. I ain't been listening to the Breakfast Club. I ain't been watching Wendy. I'm behind on DJ Sky. I just ain't got nothing. Like
Oh my
I
gosh.
haven't been.
You about to be getting a checkup right after
I
this.
know. Oh
I
my
ain't been
god.
doing that. I just been, I ain't got nothing going on. Like, why do you gotta sound like
I'm just trying to get this job done. All I'm trying to do is get the recognition that I deserve. And it's so hard. It's so hard. Like I'm just trying to climb. I'm just trying to give my best effort here. But anyway, that's not music related. Back to the music
Oh
segment.
my god.
that? Bruh. I'm not really listening to nothing either for real. I haven't, I think I've been so like tuned in spiritually that I haven't been distracted, I'll say, by
Mm,
anything. So
Oh,
I haven't been listening to no
yes.
music or nothing.
right? I love that. Well,
Me too.
if you are interested in some new music, you definitely have to check out a few of the things that we're going to discuss today. First up on the list is none other than Snow Allegra. Now, I feel like Snow Allegra is mainstream. Would y'all agree? I feel like she's
Yeah.
mainstream for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Snow Allegra, I want to say like one of her most popular, like newer songs is like the "I Want You Around." That song is a banger. She has been featured on just about every R&B soul type album song. She has collaborations with everybody, And her latest album called Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies is releasing soon. Actually, the exact date is July 9th. So we still have a few weeks, but you can sign up on Spotify, Apple, and all of the platforms for basically like it's weird. It's like a pre-order, but I guess you can just basically select to already have it download as soon as it drops to your phone or something like in Apple Music. I don't know. I really don't get that, but you can go on there right now and click add so that as soon as it drops, you get a notification and it's added to your library. So I'm really excited for this project. I love Snow Lake Grove.
Yeah, I love her sound, and I'm really messing with the album cover. It's really giving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. She's beautiful, and I like her sound too. You know, she's my type of vibe, so I'm excited to see what the project sounds like.
Yes, definitely. Now, in the same realm of R&B, so just real vibey, we have none other than Justine Skye about to drop a new
That's my
music,
girl.
new album called Space and Time, dropping on June 25th. And to be honest, I'm actually really, really excited for this album. Like, I actually remember Justine Scott back on like her Tumblr days when she was really first kind of coming out as an influencer, whatever you want to call it, and kind of witnessing her transition into music. And I really feel like she's super, super underrated. She's extremely talented. And I can't remember who's producing this album with her. I feel like the whole album is being produced by,
Timberland.
yeah.
Yeah.
Timberland, yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you weren't sold on just her alone, like knowing that she's gonna have a fully produced album by Timbaland, like it's gonna be fire.
Nah, wait. I'm just like y'all. I'm a huge fan of Justine Scott. I feel like she has bop after bop, and I think people just don't know her music because if they even heard just like one song, they would like be hooked.
Mhm.
She got the ballads, she got the dance songs. I mean, and she is just a beautiful ass black woman. Like she is so pretty. I can't wait.
Yeah. And although this album is not out, Justine has released, I want to say it's two songs from it. And one of the songs, actually, both of the songs actually might include a video. I know Intruder includes a video for sure. And the other one might actually be like a behind the scenes thing with her and Timbaland. So if you have Apple Music, go to Space and Time and you can listen to the single, which is definitely a vibe. So if you don't know, get hip now. And just what?
Now you know.
Right.
As you said, if you don't know, then now you know.
Mhm.
I love what it is about the dark skin R&B baddie girls, but they just never get the attention that they deserve. Like Jordan Sky is just one example. Normani, like Seven Streeter, like the girls
Mhm.
be talented, and I don't know why they don't just pop off like they should. But we gonna keep bringing them up and keep bringing attention to them because they be good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, next up, I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I don't know nothing about this song. I hope I got the right one on here. Is this it? Is this the remix, the track star
Baxter?
Oh
with
yeah,
Chris
track
Brown?
star.
Is this the She's
Yeah.
a Runner, She's a Track Star?
Running the track
Oh.
Yeah. So the song already about it's
Yeah.
already getting played out left and right, but then Chris Brown had the jump on there, and somebody named Young Blue, which I don't really know who that is, but the verse was fire.
Okay.
I heard of them before, but I'm not like super familiar with their music either.
Now I'm gonna.
A,
Oh, go
you like
ahead.
him?
What'd you say?
I said A Boogie. Also, we like him.
Okay. Oh, A Boogie with the Hoodie. That's a long name. Y'all think that's a long name?
Ain't nobody calling you that, bruh.
Oh, I thought so.
Mm.
Now, the one thing I will say now, the only thing I know from this song is she's a runner, she's a track star. But I watched, I can't remember. It was definitely a YouTuber. It might have been like B Simone, where they do these like things where they go line by line and they like kind of will sing the song or remix it, but then they also break down the lyrics. And I will 100% say I have no idea what this song is about. Like,
This song is
we can't hear
and
you.
it's because somebody was trying to call me.
Uh oh.
Oh.
When I wait, Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically being in a relationship with somebody that's emotionally unavailable. So like they basically running from the feelings, running from the emotions, sabotaging their relationships. That's what it means. She a runner, she a track star. Like she gonna run away when it get hard. Like every time it's a little problem, oh, I ain't gotta deal with this. She gonna be like, everybody hates
Shani
Chris.
like,
And my man
oh,
got
they
two
read
jobs.
me. You heard
What'd you
me?
say?
Shani like, oh, they read me in the song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we glaze.
Next up on the list. So next up on the list, we actually talked about Migos on our last show, but if you guys didn't catch, they actually performed this past week. Ooh, our pictures are there. I can cut them off. So here's just a small clip because you know we don't want to get in trouble from the people, y'all. They already be trying to get us. We try to give y'all the little teasers and tests, and you know we gotta fight the man. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this so you guys can hear a little bit of the song Avalanche, and then we can talk about it after. Ah!
The Avalanche from their new album Culture 3 out this Friday. Give it up for Migos!
Papa was a Rolling Stone, but now I got Rolling Stones in the bezel. Mama at home all alone, hustling, trying to keep together. Young, smoking on gas, I'm living too fast, my foot on the pedal. If I go back to the past, my ain't know we be rocking Coachella. If a ever try me or play me, I buy my iced out shovel. Get your own grave, you played yourself, I put some cash on your schedule. If a ever try to fillet me, I just sit back and let her. Then she come up off the chores, whatever, my pocket came with extra cheddar. I can see through the...
Yes, y'all. I was just over here doing a little bob, actually.
Come on, Blues Brothers.
So first, first off, I have not listened to the whole album. I definitely was rocking with that though. And I don't know if you guys are like listening to the Temptations, but the Temptations have a song "Papa Was a Rolling Stone," and that like dun 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 dun. That is actually like in the "Papa Was a Rolling Stone" song. So I'm assuming they sampled it, and that's all I needed to hear to be like, I'm bought in. I'm committed.
It was given. It's been a minute since they put out an album, so I feel like I knew they was gonna really come with something that was a good project. And I listened to the album, and I won't say I enjoyed all the songs, but I ain't never been a playthrough Amigos album person in the first place. But they got a song with Drake, Cardi B. And there's a bunch of other features on there, and you know, it's given what the Migos came to give.
So that's good.
Yeah, I heard that one. I listened to the Cardi B one. Everyone seems to be rocking with that one. I actually had a friend that had posted like, "Who is Cardi's writer?" And I was like, you know, back in the day they said it was Party, which is Partisan Fontaine, but they was like, well, whoever it was should have wrote the Migos verses, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's how y'all feel. I know it was getting wild. But yeah,
Yeah.
so if you haven't checked out Culture 3, it is available. Full album's available now. You can find it pretty much anywhere you get your music. So next up is For the Love of New York, Polo G and Nicki Minaj. This
Yeah.
is the song.
That was the Polo G song. It's featuring Nicki Minaj. And I think I heard a few songs featuring Polo G, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, obviously, Nicki's verse is gonna be fire on anything, but this song was not hitting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. You know how there are some songs like as soon as you click play, you just, and maybe that's unfair as listeners, as consumers of music, for us not to really, you know what I mean, at least listen to it half the way through or play the whole way through to see if it changes. Yeah, but I 100% click play on this song, and 5 seconds later it was like, all right, I listened to enough of it. Next.
Yeah, it just wasn't it. I was really excited because I was like, okay, new Nicki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, in most rap debates, especially when it comes to female raps. You know, when you hear Nicki, shortly after you hear Cardi B and none other than Meg the Stallion. And Meg dropped some new music too. Now, you guys, we have a clip here for you. I'm just going to let you know right now. It's not a very long clip because, I mean, it was given a lot. It was really given a lot. And honestly, before we play it, I will also want to say I actually enjoyed the beginning of this video before the music actually started. The clip we have is going to be music, but I actually kind of liked the message that they were going with at the beginning of the video. Well, but we can talk about that after you guys see the clip. So here is a clip from her latest song, Thought. Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Around the house, butt naked in a stop air mirror, just stare at my own posterior. I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back. The bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees. Hands on my knees, shaking ass.
I don't know why I ended it there, but yeah. So
Hey, babes.
hey, Ray.
Thank you.
So the beginning of the video actually starts off with a guy, like an old man, like an older white man. He's like walking into his office. He goes to his computer and he like pulls up. What was the other song? The Body Yaddy Yaddy song. And on the computer, he's like watching it on YouTube, and he's like watching it like he actually is enjoying it, like he's turned on by the video. But then he goes to the comments and puts like trifling something, girls need their mouths washed out with holy water or something. And then the video proceeds to show him looking like he's getting ready to pull out the lotion. And if you're an adult, you know what that means if somebody's watching the video and pulling out lotion. But then he gets a call from Meg, and it's basically like, you know, the women that you're degrading with these comments, like, these are the people that, I don't know, take, you know, these are your nurses, these are like the people who help cook for you, these are the people that you depend on in your everyday life, aka stop degrading them. Yeah, and then he leaves his office and he gets his by a dump truck, and he goes into this alternate reality where women are just, you know, embracing their bodies, their sexuality, and they have their hands on their knees in the club doing, you know, that shit. So
The song, and I love this video. And you called it when we was doing like Four Brown Chicks, and you said you feel like it was getting back to the days where videos was really having like messages behind it and stuff. Like, obviously this is like a song, but it's more than just a song about shaking booty. It's about women empowerment. And for the longest time, it used to be like men would degrade us or objectify us for dancing a certain way or dressing a certain way. And now it's like we took back our power. Like, this is how I dress because I like how I look with it. I shake my ass because I'm having fun with my friends. Like, we took men out of the equation pretty much, and they don't know how to take. And I just love Meg because she always is going to do her and be her and speak from like her point of view and life experience. And I fuck with this video.
Yeah, I thought the video was cute. Lots of ass, not complaining about it.
it was a lot.
Lots of ass though.
I'm not gonna lie, she had me trying to do my thought shit, and baby, we learned from what was that challenge we trying to do?
Oh, the Turculator challenge, that one,
No,
or
not the turculator.
No, not that
Busted
one.
challenge.
One before that.
Child, my knees was busting for 4 days. I am not cut out.
Yeah.
hey, the busted challenge definitely made me realize my legs were not as strong as they used to be in my track days at all. I mean, I was getting low, but I just couldn't stay down there for that long. It was just a lot. So that wraps up music this week. Obviously, if you've been listening to anything new, new albums, new singles, even just new artists, drop them in the chat. Let us know. We'd love to check out new music. You guys really do put us on sometimes, and we appreciate that. And if you haven't checked out any of these songs, videos, or albums, be on the lookout for their music. Give them a check. Let us know what you think of them. Now, this story is not the newest, but it's relevant though because while Meg is, embracing thought shit, Azalea Banks is actually, you know, calling it out a little bit, honestly. So, in case you missed it, last week someone had made a Twitter post basically saying, like, it's crazy how Azalea Banks could have been, up there, basically a peer of Nicki and Meg Thee Stallion, but instead she chose to basically, be on the internet while now acting crazy. To that point, which Azalea Banks responded, I would much rather be SRI free and unhinged. Pretty much.
What is SSRI?
So I actually had to look that up. It's essentially something. It's the technical term for it is. Hold on, I have it right here. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's actually an acronym for antidepressants. So she was basically saying, I would rather not be one of them, which I'm assuming she's probably comparing, being a celebrity or being in the spotlight with maybe not being the best for her mental health. You know what I mean? So I think she was pretty much just saying, like, I would rather not be depressed, have anxiety, dealing with all of that, and just get to be myself, free who I am. She then went on and to her stories and kind of went off. You guys probably can't read on the screen, so I'll just very briefly read it. So one of the things that she had actually kind of said in regards to Meg Thee Stallion, she was pretty much saying that she doesn't support pedophilia, which I never got that Meg was supporting pedophilia, but this is Azalea Banks' words, not mine. She said,
She's referring to Nicki Minaj
"Oh, on
because
that one,
Nicki's brother was charged
oh,
with child molestation, and Nicki paid
his what's
court
the
fee.
name? Nope, you're right. I forgot about that. So she started off saying that, and then she went on to say she's never glorified the American opioid crisis, and she's smart enough not to F with the Vatican, which I actually did not know what she was referring to when she said that, but of course I looked up and people were saying that essentially there was a performance that Nicki did a while ago. I want to say it was at the Grammys, allegedly, where in her performance she pretty much reenacted some type of exorcism type of scene, but like her props were all like Vatican, with the Pope and Catholicism. And reports are saying that the Grammys actually asked her not to go through with that performance, and she did anyway. And that shortly after that, that is when she was basically, they're pretty much saying blacklisted and, you know, all of that good stuff. So give me 1 second because it is small on this screen too. And I want to actually read it to y'all because when I say she actually kind of like dragged them, she actually really dragged Nicki in that post. And I was not prepared, actually. So she said that, and then she goes on to say, I didn't perform at SNL with basically her butt out, referring to Meg, and compare, you know, her incident that she went through with Tori getting shot to the Breonna Taylor thing, someone getting sleep in her bed. She says she is the least problematic, which I don't know if I believe, but pretty much dragging him. And she basically also said that, Nicki, I'll actually read Nicki, what she said about Nicki. Your fave got demoted from international pop phenomenon to ghetto rap bitch instantly. She's relying on Doja, referring to Doja Cat, and Meg's TikTok success and the kindness of their hearts to allow her to piggyback off of their relevancy, then turns around and disses them and says shady stuff all the time, when if it wasn't for Doja or Meg, absolutely no one would give a flying FUCK about Nicki Minaj and that boring ASS Percocet music in 2021. Barbs, please humble yourselves. So, obviously people are like, what's going on? The thing is, though, I don't know. Do you guys feel like Azalea just has these moments where she goes off because she just likes the attention? Or do you feel like people actually egg her on and like try to poke fun at her? You know what I mean? To kind of bring out the tiger or the bear, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that she's kind of provoked, and I think that she do get compared a lot to other female artists. And like I could say myself, I'm like Drake with it. This meaning you will never hear a reply for it. Like I would never be replying to somebody's tweets or even doing this going further. Like imagine how much wasted energy this is that she could have been putting into herself. Like, but for somebody that is easily affected by this stuff, they gonna come back. They gonna clap back, and I feel like that's what she do. After a while, it keep building up on her, and she like, "Fuck it, I'm just about to go off on the internet or whatever."
Yeah.
But it's just so like, I'm gonna be honest. I have never been a fan of her music, and I know some people that really enjoy her music, but I could not get jiggy. And rather that she was problematic or not, I still wouldn't listen to it. I think that her sound is totally different than anything mainstream, and I really don't think she would have ever been as big as Meg or Doja or even Nicki Minaj because she don't have a mainstream sound. Like outside of the fact of her being drama, and y'all know I'm a barb, so I just feel like, girl, please, you should humble yourself because, like, you wish you could have the success of Nicki Minaj. And people could say what they want to say about Nicki Minaj and the whole situation with her brother, but none of us know what we would do in that situation if it was our brother. I do not judge nobody off of that. Of course, I do not support pedophilia, but like, we don't really know what was her reasoning behind, supporting her brother financially or what was going on with them. We don't know. And girl, for her to be talking about Meg, like that's her image. Her image is ass out. Like, I'm sorry, but at this point we're coming to her for it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have anything further to add. Shay really just gave my opinion on Azalea Banks, which is I do feel like she's provoked, but the only time I really she crosses my scope is when it's drama or provoked in the media for something drama related, never for her music. And like Shay said, I've never really been a fan of her music anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think she's actually. I want to say she may have been featured on a song recently. It was like something with remixes though, like a little album. I don't want to say. I hate when people say little, but she did like she did this song Hypnotic. She was on like some remixes. But I feel like I'm probably one of the few people who actually really did like Azalea's old music. I'm talking 2011, 2012. Like I remember listening to, I think it was 212 and being like, oh my gosh, like who is she? Like I loved her sound. I thought it was so different. But I do agree with Shay said. Like unfortunately, that sound never went mainstream. I don't know. A part of me thinks maybe it could have been like a more popular sound. Maybe it could have evolved to something better, but it just, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. She was problematic then, and that may have, contributed to her not really picking up. We know we hear all the time in the music industry. You cross the wrong person, you do the wrong thing, you're too problematic. It will happen where your music will not fly off the shelves. It will not go anywhere. Like you will be stopped. So who's to say? But I agree. Like I love the fact that she is her. If one thing we can say, she's always been the same person from then to now. But I agree with Shay. Like sometimes, you just gotta log off, girl. Just log off and keep it pushing.
yeah.
Yeah. So in other news, not only um, when it comes to people being who they are, there are some people who've actually decided to kind of switch up who they are, and people are not sure if they are catfishing or if it's surgery. So If you haven't seen, there are a lot of reports recently about Chris Brown's mom being a catfish, but I really don't know what to believe. Some reports are saying she actually had work done, so this actually is the result of plastic surgery, and then others are saying she completely just like photoshops her photos. Which one do y'all think it is?
No, it's for sure Photoshop. I'm not sure if she had any work done, but like you could clearly see between the picture on the two pictures to the left, or it might be y'all's right, but she literally looks 20 years younger easily in the other picture. And if you zoom in close enough, you know what the Facetune is. It smooth you out. You can put lashes on. Her lip color even be totally different. It'd be like, girl, like it's definitely Photoshop. Oh yeah, you can zoom in. And I seen one picture and it was like her at an event with Chris Brown, and Chris Brown had posted a pic, and she posted the exact same um picture, and she looked completely different in both. She looked more like this image in that picture and more like that first image in the one that he posted. And it was just like actually sad because she at this big age and she still just don't love herself.
Right. Not at this big age,
I mean, yeah,
but
she's a
yeah.
mom, she's a grandmother. I feel like once I hit 30, that's when I realized like this is who I am and I love me for who I am. But I don't know Chris Brown's mom age. She's old enough. I just be wishing that everybody had more like self esteem or whatever, to not think that they was not just beautiful without a filter or even surgery. Like, do what you want, of course, but like it's kind of sad because at the end of the day, when you take all that off, when there's no filters around, how you really feel.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I a part of me is like, I get it, but then a part of me is also like, I know me. Even I can be extremely confident in my appearance and everything about me this week, and next week I might be looking in the mirror like, oh my gosh, I really wish, this was different, or oh my gosh, like, I really want to get my boobs done, or you know what I mean, or something like that. And I will say, I also, sometimes, me personally, I really do sympathize for people who are celebrities. I know she's not a celebrity, but just in the spotlight because, her son is a celebrity. And we know there is a specific pressure to keep up a certain image and to be young and to look great because every time you turn around, no matter where, like in this picture on y'all far left, it looked like she looking like Chris. I didn't even want to take a picture today. Like, I didn't even do my makeup. Like, come on. But when you're out and about, you just have to be ready all the time. And I do feel like sometimes people, especially when they are in the spotlight, they feel this pressure to have to look good all the time. And shoot, I don't know about y'all, but I don't be doing my makeup every day because it's just a lot. So you know what? Quick fix, just get the surgery. So I woke up like this, and I don't gotta even do anything. But I don't know. I agree, Shay. It does kind of suck when you see, even at a certain age, maybe someone still hasn't accepted themselves. But we say all the time, age is nothing but a number. It does not really define your growth, your confidence level, your acceptance level. So, mm,
That's that's facts.
That's real because as you can see on the stream today, I was like, I don't feel like wearing makeup today. I don't feel like doing anything. Like, I just want to go in here and be me. This is me. No makeup. I got some chapstick on. But that's it because I'm comfortable with myself. And I feel like I can give the world any version of myself. Yes, I like being a bad bitch. That's my general number one umarono. Like, that's what I usually try to give. But today, I can't give that. I don't feel good. I have cramps and I don't feel like putting makeup on. And this is what I'm giving. So I just wish Chris Brown was Mama was able to just give what she can give when she I
Yeah.
just wish that way.
I wish it was just more socially acceptable. And I feel like it's kind of getting back to those days because even we see on Instagram what people like doing the um like the photo bombs and the collages and stuff on their posts instead of for posting like one always on picture. A lot of people are posting more candid stuff. Even platforms like TikTok where a lot of people just post how they are. Hopefully we getting back to that where we can just be themselves. Cause boy, do I wish I was like a 90s or 2000s chick. Like all they had to do was just be cool. Like if they was a total vibe and it wasn't necessary to have a full brow on every day or have my lashes on or a full foundation. Like them girls was just hot. They just was beautiful. And I wish we could get back to that because it's kind of sad. I mean, y'all gonna see on this next slide too. Like this crazy.
Well, let's talk about it then, Shay. Let's talk about it because I'm gonna be real, you guys. If you didn't know, who do y'all think this is? Well, y'all can see it. Never mind. But I did not think this was K Michelle. Let me zoom. I'll zoom in for you guys. But Shay, if you want to just, you know, let them know.
Yeah. I was scrolling Twitter last week and I was like, wait, what the hell? Because obviously you can see on the tweet is from K Michelle. Even like the profile picture looks totally different than the photo she posted. And there was more than one photo of this. Like there was weeks of pictures, and this is the one that happened to go viral on Twitter. Everybody's in the comments like, who is this? Oh my God, that looks nothing like her. Whoever did her face did an amazing job. And this is a common surgery, this jaw reconstruction or whatever they be doing. This is so common. Like, I think we talked about this a little bit, but we didn't touch on it at all. But when we was talking about the Brandon Blackwood thing and we posted that video of him and he had like a mesh, like, lining under his chin. Well, before I watched the video on the show, I was like, yeah, he just got his chin done. I know what chin done when I seen it. And this is because I used to be obsessed with plastic surgery. Like I really used to hate the way my body looked and my face looked. And I have watched hundreds of surgeries, maybe thousands online. I know a surgery when I see a fucking surgery. And this girl that got her whole jaw redid. I mean, she probably got some Botox, an eyebrow lift for sure. Like, she don't look nothing like her old self. And it's crazy because I personally always thought K Michelle was so beautiful.
Me too. I thought she was so pretty.
So pretty.
So
I mean, she looks amazing. But bitch, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
So you guys, when we plan for shows, we kind of send over topics, we send over things just for everyone to kind of discuss and pick from the cream of the crop because there's a lot of stuff that happens, and we try to have a specific message, talking points, just things that we really want to discuss. And when this picture was sent to the chat and they said it was K Michelle, I said, like, for real, I literally thought they were trying to punk me. Like, I really thought.
Like,
I really did not. I I didn't know. I do actually think the profile photo at the top looks more like the K Michelle that we have seen, but yeah, this was completely different. And I will say, this definitely looks like some type of work has been done. I'm not shaming work, but I think the part that, to Shay's point, when you were talking about Chris Brown's mom, the part that kind of saddens me is that we know that K Michelle has discussed, insecurities with her body. She even was just recently, if you guys don't know, was getting like her implants removed because she was like, I now realize like what I did to my body and how that actually affected my health and X, Y, and Z. And obviously, a lot of the surgeries on the face are not as bad as especially some of those butt ones, but it just made me sad because it was like, although it seems like she made some progress with like her body, there are clearly still some insecurities there. And I agree, I've always thought she was so beautiful, still beautiful, but I always thought she was just extremely beautiful as she was. And again, it just makes me think of like, the pressure to have certain features, like this nose is so small, and like, just like certain things that it's just oh my, I'm so sorry, y'all, my computer is.
I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of girls in LA going to the same doctor, but the face is honestly giving like the same thing, like the same shape. Like y'all seen people talk about like Ariana Grande possibly having a surgery, which was not confirmed. but she got the same exact motherfucking jawline. You know, she was like younger. You can't really tell because I had a chubby face too when I was a kid, and now my jaw is strong. Like it's been working out every day of the week, so you don't really know. But it definitely looked like they all be getting that same little line up there, like Kylie Jenner, even Kim K. They all have that like very precise like sculpt to their jaw, like you would if you would contour it. It's just like insane.
Yeah.
She looked great though. She looked great, and I hope she happy.
Yeah, I hope she is too. I know people. I feel like I did see something where people were kind of going in, and I don't think she really addressed it, but pretty much saying like she's glad and happy with the way she looks. So basically, get off my back. I'm preparing for summer. So yeah. Well, in other news, K Michelle looks great, and some couples do, and some couples we are not too sure about. So you guys know, summertime. This is typically when you find out if the relationship is real or if it was, it was just for the winter time, cuddle season. So we're gonna go through some of your favorite and maybe not so favorite Hollywood or just well-known couples, and just chat it up a little bit about them. So there are a lot of couples here. Number one, we might as well just start from the top and go over. So over here we have Meg and Party. What do you guys think about this couple? Here for it? Not here for it?
I mean, they look cute or whatever. Like from what I could see, it seemed like he really liked her. He seemed like he been really into her. She seemed happy. I don't really know much about him before their relationship, based off just the things that like Shani told me or like songs that he made. But like, um, other than that, I mean, looks good to
Yeah,
Bro, I ain't hear nothing. Yeah. Was y'all frozen too? Just me.
I think it was just you. I heard her.
Oh.
um, I agree. I think they're super super cute. I think I don't know. Some people, I will say this. So earlier when I mentioned like somebody had slid in my DMs and was like, well, they had said who's writing Cardi's verses. For people who don't know, it was rumored that Partisan Fontaine, aka Party, Meg's boyfriend, used to write Cardi's verses or may have wrote in some of Cardi's verses. So some people were saying they feel like Meg was strategic with the man selection. They was like Meg trying to be the first one to get them party verses. From what they post online, they seem really happy. I don't. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't know if this was on the web show that we talked about it or on our podcast. But when I was going back and doing the research, they were actually posting stuff under each other's pictures and spotted out way before they made their relationship public. So that actually made me feel a little bit better because I was like, maybe she didn't just 100%, jump in full committed. But I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like Meg is like me. Like she's a relationship girl. I don't think she get into a relationship that she don't want to be in. But for sure, she ain't trying to just be out here dating several niggas. Like I don't think so. I know like before when they first started going public though, I feel like there was a lot of drama. I don't know if we talked about this on the show or if this was just a private conversation we had. And I was saying like on some of Meg's lives, he was like being super aggressive and hostile towards her. I want to say that's him, like that little tiny snippet on the song, that thought shit, when he's like, something, shaking your ass in the club. Like, I think that's him. I think that's like a thing from one of the lives. Like, I hope that she is super happy, but I also hope he's not like crazy. I think that they probably started talking when they did like the WAP because I'm pretty sure he wrote that for Cardi.
I could see it. I could see it. And I will say this. I have kind of watched a lot of his stuff. I actually do actually kind of enjoy his writing, even his songs, like his cadence when he raps. I actually really like his tone too. I will say he is, I don't know if it's New York, New Jersey or whatever, but he's from one of them areas. And sometimes for me personally, the the men I know, honestly, the people I know in general from New York and Jersey, they just be a little bit more aggressive and assertive in general. So, a part of me sometimes I just wonder if it's like,
Hmm.
y'all get what I'm saying. It's like a regional thing, but he's not really actually aggressive or assertive. Maybe it's just like in his tone, the way he talks because of where he's from. But y'all know what I say. If Meg likes it, I love it, and I just hope it doesn't, escalate like we know the last relationship did.
Yeah.
I do want
And
to
he
read.
also posted her talking about the things that he did for her, like romantic gestures, went all out for her on Valentine's Day. Randomly will tweet something like, "Y'all don't love y'all girl, but I do," something like that, So I don't know.
Yeah. So next up we have Ari and her boo. I'm sorry, you guys. I do not remember his name. I didn't know anything about them before they got married, and I still feel like I don't know anything about their relationship, honestly.
All I know is that he come from a real estate family and that he got his own money and business and real estate.
Yeah.
Are you guys here for this? I'm actually here for this relationship, just because I feel like Ariana, she had, we heard and thank you next as she was going through the list. It was just, a lot of lessons in love, and I don't know. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that she committed to this relationship because this is the right one. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, I'm a real big Ari fan. Listening to the Positions album alone, you can tell like her personal growth and how she healed from certain relationships and stuff like that. And even going through the album, you can hear as she created the songs, her basically fall in love and learning to trust this guy. It's like very vulnerable, and I'm super here for it. And not only that, she is done wearing blackface, so I support that. I'm pretty sure they got something to do with her having a white man.
okay.
Oh,
You know what? And we gonna go on to the next
Y'all trying to act like
couple.
she don't. Her foundation be like damn near my color. Like, stop playing.
oh my god.
I just thought she used to go get tan. That's all. But next up on the screen, now we have these. Honestly, guys, these are our two couples that have been in some murky water. Okay, so we have. We're gonna. You want to start with Erica Mena? You guys want to start with Ken and Dier?
I'll just.
Start with
It's up to
Erica.
you.
Bianca, do you want to let them know what's going on with Erica and Mr. Safari?
Yeah, so apparently after Erica went on her whole my family, my business tour after they announced their second pregnancy, then they didn't go ahead and found themselves in the predicament of going through divorce yet again. This is like the third time I feel like they've filed for divorce from each other. Anyway, now the situation is even messier because Erica's pregnant. So, but when she goes into labor and she's already having pregnancy complications that she's saying is due to the stress of Safari in a relationship, but Safari is actually making it so a judge has to decide if he can be in the delivery room or not. Because, during the COVID laws, they changed it so you can only have one person in the delivery room when you're giving birth now. And despite the rocky relationship that they have, far as like, I want to be there to see my child be born, and Erica's like, I don't even want you in the room because I don't even like you. So that's really what the situation is right now.
Now, really quick question. Obviously, what I will say, we talked about this briefly on the Mindful BS podcast, and I was really split in between the two because, on one hand, as someone who has pushed a human being out of my body and has gone through the labor and delivery process, when you're going through that, in my personal opinion, at least for me, I want good vibes. I want support. I don't want to deal with any type of arguing, bickering. You know what I mean? I don't even want, you really don't, well, at least for me, you really don't even want that many people around you, honestly. Like, you're completely vulnerable. You're pushing, like, it's just a lot. So I 100% get her, especially if things have already been rocky, toxic, not the best. But then on the other hand, as a parent, to miss out on that moment of your child being born, I would be, especially if I want to. We know people do all the time by choice, but I would be kind of devastated because, you're missing out on such a big moment, and it's not something that you can get back. It only happens once, etc. So really quickly, if you're in the chat and you're listening to this, let us know. No right or wrong answer. We're not judging you, but just let us know. Do you think Safari should be allowed? If you were the judge, would you grant Safari the right to be in the room, or would you say, "Sorry, sir, the person who's actually giving labor, we're gonna go in her favor"? So, who do you think is right in the situation? Who would you favor, Safari or Erica? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Shay. Your thoughts.
I was listening to y'all talk about this on a podcast this week, and I felt also like you, Shawnee, like, I don't know about this now. Part of me is like, this is something I tell my kids, and they're only 5 and 8. Are your actions in alignment with what you want? She had this whole 9 month pregnancy. I don't know how far ahead she is now, but you think he would have been like treating her right or doing the things, helping to relieve her stress, make her comfortable if this was truly something important to him? And they both toxic. I mean, you see the Instagram posts and everything they be doing, and part of it to me is like a check. I'm not sure how unhappy they really are, because 1 minute they be posting like da da da. I mean, when they even first got engaged, she was like talking all this stuff, and people were saying, she was even saying stuff about Nicki Minaj, and it was like, girl, you always think that your partner gonna act better when you get them than when the last person had them. And what people do is just get into a new relationship, act right for a few months, and then they be back to their old self. Like, I don't know if it's one or right, it's wrong, but if I was the judge, I would tell him he cannot be in the room. Just for that reason, that he had this whole time to figure out if he was about to be a good parent. And part of being a good parent is having the respect for your child's mother. So, no, my dude, no.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. So obviously, I do want to say I'm hoping that they have, I hope she has a healthy and happy pregnancy and delivery experience, because that's that's a big thing. That's a very big deal. Um, you know, especially when you're dealing with complications already. We know, especially for women of color, pregnancy a lot of times actually can end up very tragically for women of color, especially. Um, I'm sure she's gonna have the best doctors and all of that stuff around, but still, complications are never what you want to hear when it's coming to a baby being delivered. So next up we have Kennedy Era, younger couple. But for those of you who don't know, not so long ago, there's been like allegations 2 or 3 times recently, actually, of Mr. Ken Walker possibly doing things. I won't even say cheating, but doing things as some would deem as inappropriate for someone who is engaged to be married. So the most recent thing that happened was like on Twitch, where Ken was actually on Twitch. Now he actually not yeah, Twitch. He actually does Twitch gameplay, so he like is a gamer. I don't know his channel. This is not free promo, but he is on Twitch, and this wasn't a game one though. It was like one with his friends where they were just doing just chatting. They were drinking, they were chatting, and on the stream he appeared to be on FaceTime with a girl. Now, in my opinion, you guys remember like back in the day, maybe I won't really say college, but maybe college or high school. When you and all your girlfriends hanging out, and maybe like the dude that you talking to and all his guy friends, hanging out, and y'all just chatting it up through the phone, FaceTime. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Did y'all ever experience that, or was it just me? Just me?
No, it's been that way for me.
Yeah, that was the vibe that this whole setting was giving me. I personally, just me being me, I don't think he really said anything too crazy. And to be fair, the clips that were circulating online were literally just clips from what I believe was like, you guys know these streams can sometimes go for hours. So we really only got a small portion of it, but he did say like, why do you think you couldn't be a model, like you're beautiful or something like that, to one of the girls. Um, and it just got really, it sounded like they were trying to link up with them, but again, I don't know if he was trying to link up with somebody, if it was really with just like I'm with my boys, you with your girls, like let's link so our friends can do whatever. But a lot of people were dragging him. Obviously, they took to social media. If y'all don't know, he had just got out of the doghouse for something that happened last year, the end of last year, And after that actually happened, De'Ara removed like fiance from her Instagram bio. It literally just says like her booking information now. I don't think she has posted any photos with him lately either. So a lot of people are thinking that they are actually split up, but that begs to differ. So if you guys, do you guys think they're split up or not? So that's my question. And if whether you think they're split up or not, if they are split up, if you think they are split up, do you think they continue to put out the DK4L content for the sake of business purposes?
I'm gonna be honest though, like, was anybody ever checking for Ken? I'm not trying to be funny. Like, it's cool for the couples thing. Like, he's an accessory.
I mean,
I'm gonna be
clearly the
she
ladies were
can a
clearly.
new nigga tomorrow and keep the show rolling. I don't understand why she would stay in a relationship with somebody just for money, but they make a lot of money. They are worth like how much money, Johnny? I feel like we talked about this before.
I okay, don't quote me on this, but it was definitely in like I felt like overall worth. I don't want to be stretching out. Was it in the millions? I felt like it was at
I
least.
thought it was a million, but I didn't want to be
I
on
definitely
stage
feel
and
like
be
it's at least a
wrong.
million. But you guys, even with that in mind, for those who don't know who Kennedy are, they are an extremely popular YouTube couple. That's kind of where they started off, but they are also like influencers. They have tons of brand partnerships with PlayStation, Xbox, fashion, like clothing lines, BET. So they they make a lot of money, but again, the basis of their brand is that they are a couple. You know what I mean? And that they've kind of gone through this whole evolution of life because I want to say their videos, they were like probably underage
Yeah.
still. They were young, you know what I mean? And now they're both older. They just recently have posted about finally purchasing a property to have a home built. So like a part of their brand is this couple image. So in their work they make a lot of money. So that's the thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I think they still might be together for real, but I think she also like, about to keep making me look stupid. So I'm just not gonna really post nothing because she pretty much be here for the looks and that's it. Like you don't really see her posting anything for real. Like was she posted a cooking video recently or something and he was not featured in the video. So who knows? Maybe they trying to get through it. But I feel like they are so young. Like I'm sorry, but I am not trying to get it through with nobody in my 20s that we not already married with. Like you live your hot girl life. No.
I agree. I think they probably are still together. I think it is like Shay said, she mad for real. So she like, I'm tired of you making me out here looking stupid. I know I hate stupid shit and I hate when people make me look stupid. So I already know she probably like, well, I'm just not about to be fucking with this nigga for a while. But before I decide if I'm gonna end this shit, I really need to think about it because like Shay said, like, yeah, she's Sierra, but they're Kennedy or most of their shit is based off the brand of their relationship. So it's like when you build a whole business around your relationship, I feel like you gotta make a very strategic decision about if you're gonna be in that relationship and then how you gonna lead that relationship and then what's that's gonna mean for your overall business once you do. But I'm with Shay. If I'm 20 something and I ain't already married, I'm definitely not trying to figure that shit out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I will say 20. I know how. I think they might be like 22. You know, like around that age or something. 22-year-old Shawnee who has been with this person for 5, 6 plus years. Like I said, they recently just purchased property, like accounts together. To be honest, they're not married, but on one account, they actually talked about how like they have bank accounts together. They have like, certain things are just merged already. I don't know. I don't know, but I agree. I agree with Bianca. I definitely think they are still together, and I definitely think Dier is 100% probably trying to figure out like, okay, so if I go solo, what does this look like for me? You know what I mean? And at this point, honestly, with all the allegations, he's really making it easier for her to actually exit the situation and still,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, not be looked at as like giving up or, a lot of times that's how it looks
Mm-hmm.
when you break breakup. You're like, oh, you gave up, you didn't make it, like you supposed to fight through it. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I wish them the best though. And again, they are just allegations. We don't really know the truth, so maybe they're wrong. I don't know, but
They could be on break, and that's why he feel comfortable talking to little girls on the internet. Who knows?
that's true too. Because that was in question too. Like
That's
if
true.
after the last allegations, if they really, fully reconciled, if they just start putting out content again for business purposes. So next up in the middle of the screen, we have none other than Jay Z and Beyonce. I really don't have much to say. Although, who knows? Dier might be looking at Beyonce and Jay Z like, well, I mean, he stepped out. Beyonce had a lemonade moment, and look at them now. I don't know. What do you do? You guys have anything to say about J and B?
I just feel like at this point it's Mr. and Mrs. Knows.
Mm.
I feel the same way almost about like Dior and Ken, like they are a brand together. They made so much money together. And I feel like that might have been a big reason why Beyonce didn't leave him. But obviously she really loved him. Y'all seen that TikTok and be like, that's my man. I'ma stand beside him.
And I'm sitting beside him.
Beyonce gonna stand beside her man, and that's on that. And I mean, she be getting her looks off or whatever, and he don't even be in her pics for real. Like, go ahead, mama. She looks amazing. So sometimes you just need a nigga as an accessory. Like, you know what? We done been together this amount of years. I'm just gonna do what I do. We don't know what's going on. She could have a whole side dude. Who would tell that Beyonce is using him as a side nigga? Like, nobody.
Oh my gosh, Shane.
Beyonce, if you need a side nigga, I'm here for you, girl.
Oh my god. I'm done with you.
So done.
Anything, Bianca?
No, I fuck with Beyonce and Jay Z. I mean, I really ain't got nothing to say. I love Beyonce, and as long as Beyonce happy, I'm happy. And Jay Z seems like he make her happy, so she stick beside him. So am I.
You know what? I feel the same way. Shout out to them for figuring it out, making it happen, and living their best lives. Now, they are not Jay Z and Beyonce, but they really are like rap royalty out in these Atlanta streets. Next up, we have a Lil Baby and none other than Jada Wade.
I am sick.
Y'all know y'all like that
y'all
transition.
Also listen to the podcast, and you know that Shawnee is a Jada stan.
I am. That is my Libra sis.
You stand nobody like this.
Because I
Never.
don't. I don't stand anybody, but there are certain people in life. This is actually the first time this has ever happened to me, where I genuinely feel so supportive of someone that I don't know in real life, and I don't know why. This is the first time it's ever happened. But I really, really like Jada. She's also a Libra. I mean, I think our birthdays are actually on the exact same day. And yeah, I just really support her. This young woman is really trying to build something for herself, with her son, despite how he was acting up with that stripper or porn star or whoever it was out in these streets making her look crazy. She did not let it phase her. She was getting to the bag. She has brand deals. She's doing her own merch line. And you know, there are some examples of like influencers or celebrities, and you be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, just let it go. But I feel like when the situation happened with her, she didn't go to the media. She wasn't like ranting off saying anything too crazy. She might have did a couple of posts about, people show you what they do. You gotta stand on your own type stuff like that. But she kept it real classy, kept it pushing, kept going after her back, and I can resonate with that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna just stop talking though. What y'all think about them too?
I really do like Jada too, and I fuck with her energy. She seemed like a real fun chick. Like, I would like to be her friend type of person. And if you guys probably don't know about Jada, she actually started like when she was, I think, in high school or college with like just a t-shirt line. Like, she was making shirts and selling them at school, like literally. And then she started selling like hair, and she literally built up her own brand. Like, she might be famous because she dating Lil Baby, but she definitely built up her own bag before she started messing with him. And it's things that little baby say, like he'll tweet like when she catch her own private PJ to come see you, like she's getting her money, and I fuck with that. Um, I think she is too good for him. I'm gonna be honest, like on a bunch of different levels because she got a lot of things going for herself. And I'll be tired of seeing black women struggle in love. Like we don't have to go through all that just so we can be loved. We deserve to be loved just because we are us, and we shouldn't have to go through like cheating, lying, looking stupid on the internet just to be happy eventually. Like, I don't know. I do love her though, and I like little baby music. Got them together. I'm gonna pray on that. What you think?
Yeah, I really don't have an opinion on them. I don't really,
She doesn't keep
not
up with
really
either of
like a
them.
little baby fan. Um, I'm only. I like Jada though. Don't get me wrong. She's definitely everything that Shawnee says everything that you both say she is. I can respect that for her. Feel like Shay, I do feel like, she could do better for real. Honestly. But they do look cute when they be together as a unit aesthetically, they be looking cute. I can say that. I do know that aesthetically they be looking cute as a little family. However, on a relationship, I definitely feel like they back together, even though they haven't officially said they back together. And we just gonna see what happens next.
You know what's interesting what you said, Shawnee, about the Kennedy being like strategic or whatever, but I feel like she's also very strategic in how she is with Lil Baby. Like as she's growing her brand and her platform and stuff, she's getting more deals and stuff like that. For all we know, she could be using him for some peen and the extra little celebrity until she, ready to move on her own and be like, yeah, by the way, this ain't working for me no more. So I don't know.
Yeah, she definitely. I agree. She definitely does strike me as very strategic. Um, and I don't know. I guess we'll have to see with those two. I will say also, unlike Kennedy era, they also have a child together though, and you guys know that sometimes when you have a child with someone, that can also make either being together or not being together a little bit more difficult because it's just more tie. Like that's a tie you can't really even undo. You're kind of stuck with the person anyway, regardless. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with those two. Now we don't have a lot more. I think this is our last couple, but we do have to give an update. Now I don't think this happened on the Blank Space web show, but on the last web show that we were part of called For Brown Chicks, I want to say that's when we first discussed Lori and Michael being together. Unfortunately, I did not have a chance to pull that clip, but on that show we made predictions for how long the Lori and Michael B. Jordan relationship would last. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like they actually exceeded all of our predictions. Would y'all agree?
Absolutely. Hell yeah. I didn't even think this was a real relationship. And look at her. Look at his ass.
They do look real happy in this picture. It looks genuinely happy. Yeah, I want to say we pretty much were all around.
We can't
If
hear you.
Can you hear
There
me
you
now?
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like we all predicted around the time the movie came out, the Survivor's Remorse movie, and maybe now, which is June. I feel like we were all around the same ballpark. And from what we know, they are still going strong. Obviously, we don't get too much about the relationship. I actually appreciate the fact that we don't know all of their business. I'm starting to appreciate that about celebrity couples. Um, but yeah, this is just the update that they actually still together, y'all. Who would have thought it?
It's very cute though.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
that actually wraps up couples. So we're gonna get into a few trailers for things that are coming out, and that's actually almost the end of our show, y'all. Who would have thought? So first
So,
up, we have a trailer. Oh, let me zoom out. I'm so sorry. Now y'all know this face, so I don't even gotta say nothing because y'all know who this is. But oh,
thank
oh,
you,
oh my
Dev.
gosh! Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dev. Um. So yeah. So check out this trailer. It's for a new documentary that Mary J. Blige has coming out on Prime Video called My Life. And yeah, here you go.
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely here for it.
I
Here for
fucking
it.
love Mary J. Blige. She one of the artists that my mom listened to so much growing up, where I feel like I know all of her songs just from like hearing it all the time. And as an adult, listening back to her music and her experiences through her songs, like I can heavily resonate with them. I just love her so much, and she is just like so damn beautiful. Like she just get more beautiful with age. And who don't love Mary J. Blige? Soon as she step out doing like, you be like, go Mary, go Mary. Like, come on, like
Yeah. Even
Yeah,
in the trailer.
Mary is.
Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say she's like a designated OG bad bitch to me. Like even still, she can still fuck it up. Like her fucking wardrobe, her body, her attitude. Like she still gives me everything that it needs to give. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing her story.
we might have to watch this on the girls' night.
Honestly, you guys, we might be able to. Don't hold us to this show. We'll check into it, but I think we actually might be able to live stream it because it is on Prime and Twitch and Prime
Yeah,
are partners. So we're gonna look into that for you guys, and if so, we might actually do a live stream on the release date. So we'll keep you posted on that. So next up, this trailer is a little bit different. So I believe we mentioned St. Huron on here last web show, which is almost like a media production type company that Solange. I honestly feel like she created it. To be honest with you, I don't know if she created it or she's partnered with it, but they do a lot of just work with film, music, honestly everything, anything entertainment, art related, they do. So recently, there was a it's something called the International Woolmark Prize, which is actually a design competition. Um, and because it was the pandemic season, they actually couldn't bring people together to showcase the finalists. So they tapped on Solange's shoulders, and she actually came up with a short film. So this is a very short clip, but I will show you. We'll look at it, and then we'll talk about it after. So this film is actually they're actually referring to it as a fashion short film. That's one thing I kept seeing in all of the publishings about it. It's like a little under 7 minutes long, and if you didn't notice, they kind of started off with you just seeing people standing in a pose. Because this was a fashion competition, they actually showcased the six finalists. So you had Bethany Williams, Casablanca, Kenneth Aziz, Le Cavalier, Maddie Bovin, and Phoebe Magugu. So there's like a little section for each finalist, and the clothes that they are wearing are actually part of the collections that were submitted for this competition. And all of the clothing is made from merino wool. So it's basically like a designer competition specifically for wool garments, which I kind of thought was cool. So, out of curiosity, what do you think about the idea of creating short films to go along with, fashion brands? We kind of seen it a little bit with Savage Fenty, what Brianna did with like the Savage Fenty fashion show, where it was kind of like a full experience. So, thoughts?
I love it. I'm so here for it. First, I love anything Solange do and touch. She's so talented. And I love when art and music is in collaboration with each other. Like on top of that fashion, I feel like all of my senses are being stimulated, which makes for a very enjoyable experience. And I wish it was longer than 7 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really into visual things. I really like things that are aesthetically pleasing. This one, I like visuals and beauty, and I like this. I think this is a good concept and a great idea to showcase the fashion. And I didn't get to check out the full thing, but even just the full clip, the first couple minutes that I seen of the clip, I'm gonna go back and watch it. Like it was interesting. I just had a busy day, so I just didn't really have a time to, indulge in it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, and if you are someone who maybe you're not even big on fashion, but you're just here for like background music, the whole clip, it's again, like we said, Saint Huron, they pair everything music, visual. So it's just music. There are no words in the song because they didn't want to take away from like the fashion that you're watching. So you can even just play that and let that music play if you're even feeling that. So, in honor again, as we said, this is Black Music Month. We have to go. If you didn't catch, our first three trailers were all music related, but whatever, I'll let that go. We have one more music related trailer for you for a new film that actually already released on HBO Max called In the Heights. Whew, now this film has been getting dragged in culture, but I'll just play the clip so you guys can see what it's about, and then we'll talk about it after. Yeah, so if you didn't catch that, it's definitely a musical film. So if you've watched the Disney Plus upload of Hamilton, is when you go live in theater, it's definitely a different experience versus watching it. So if you watch Hamilton or if you're into musicals, you definitely might be into this. Um, Made from the same like creators, directors, very similar as you can see. They do some talking, but I will say I started watching it and it's a lot of singing. And you saw they basically was about to break out into a full dance number at the end of the clip. Um, so I don't know if I want to start with like what people are calling out on social media. Just first general thoughts. Are you guys into musicals? Would you consider watching this?
I'm into musicals and I really enjoy like Black culture as well. So I think that I'll at least check it out to see if like I enjoy it. Um, and I'm a fan of Lin Manuel, who he did this in Hamilton. He also wrote a lot of songs and co-produced on the Moana soundtrack, which is bop after bop. Like,
He's by the way, he's extremely just so talented. Acting is like extremely talented.
yeah. And then they got the guy from She's Gotta Have It, the one who played like her side dude that was really her friend's ex boyfriend. I can't remember his like role in the show. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what it is at the very least.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I love me a good musical. I liked Hamilton. Yeah, I want to watch it first and get my own like true because I haven't heard good reviews about it, but I know with stuff like that, with musicals specifically, there's something that you have to check out by yourself and make your own, form your own opinion about for sure.
I didn't see anything online. So what was being said?
So they were definitely being dragged through the media because the show, well, it's called In the Heights. It's a musical, and it's really based on an area called Washington Heights in New York City, which is a largely Dominican populated area. A lot of people were actually calling it out because they felt like it lacked Afro Latino
Mm.
representation in the movie. And I really don't want to misquote this, but I really don't have the time to look it up. But I do feel like there was allegedly, I'll say that an interview where they mentioned that, where they asked one of the directors or producers. It was kind of like how they do like basically a media run before the show comes out, and they were asked about the Afro Latino representation, and the response was like, "Well, didn't you catch the dance numbers or something along those lines?" Reported, that's what people are saying. So a lot of people are kind of upset because they're saying we in Latin culture a lot of times, for whatever reason, there is a lot of colorism that's kind of been called out. People have talked about that, and they were basically saying they even felt like in this film they did not accurately represent the diversity within the true Washington Heights area. And it was funny because, like I said earlier, like I know people who like live in New York, and somebody actually was like, "There must be two Washington Heights," basically implying like this is not the Washington. You know what I mean? This doesn't look like the Washington Heights that I see on a day to day basis. So that was really the only thing that I saw. Like as far as the acting, like I said, I started watching. As far as the acting, the singing, the performances, I don't have anything negatively to say about that. And I don't live in New York, so I really can't say if it's really accurate or not. But a lot of people who do live there said it's not an accurate representation of what they see on a day to day basis.
I mean, that's a realistic thing, like in the Hispanic community for sure. I remember like a couple weeks ago, I posted a TikTok about this, me being like in an interracial relationship with a Mexican, and you know how I was treated as a black person, and even like if my kids would have been darker, maybe how they would have been treated. And if you know anything about Latin culture, if you even turn to like the Spanish channels, and you see telenovelas, like most of the cast is like very light skinned, and the people that are dark skinned, they're depicted as like criminals or some shit like that. Like it's never anything like positive. So I feel like this is a slap in the face. Y'all went through all this hard work to get the actors, having them good actors, to have the it well written, to have the music great, and you couldn't take that extra step to say we're going to put some people in this movie that actually look like these people. Why even tell their stories then? I mean, yeah, that would piss me off too.
I guess I just don't know enough about the representation, the comments to say if it was lack of representation or not.
I mean, Dominican people, they are like the black Hispanics because they are from Africa. But if you guys know anything, I guess about geography, that's just these slaves were imported to Dominican Republic and not the United States. So they were Africans, and then they learned Spanish, and of course then they were the same way as us. That's how you get light skinned black people. Like what you think was happening over there. And it's a shame because that's just what people that's what they think, just like us. It's like when we go watch a movie, it's more than 100 chance the dude wife in the movie gonna be light skinned with curly hair. She might be a mixed girl, and they get the same thing because they are also black. Like I have one of my clients, she's Dominican, and I'm one of her clients, and she one of my clients. And for all intents and purposes, people think that she's just black until she get to speaking Spanish and shit. And it's just like, yeah, you didn't know. I've been in a room full of Spanish people and they didn't know I was Spanish speaking, and they was saying everything they could and didn't realize that I understood what the fuck they were saying until I was like, "Por qué?" Like, what you say to me, girl? So, I mean, it's sad. It's 2021. Like, you know how many people want to be in these movies who are talented that they could be actually scouting, and then they just like, nah, we'll just put this guy that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, to be fair, that was the only really negative. I don't even want to call it negative, but that was the only thing that was really being debated that I saw. Outside of that, um, Play with Shay in the comments that I love a good musical. My dad watched and told me it's good. From what I've seen, I agree it's also like really good. But you know, discussions like that about the casting, they will continue to come up until changes in casting are made, and that's pretty much that on that. So the last trailer is actually for children. Not gonna lie, you guys, we're heading into Father's Day weekend. For those who have little ones, you might be looking for, a movie to watch with the kiddos. So I'll play it. I might not play it. I don't know how long the trailer is, but it's a new film. It's on Netflix. It just recently dropped, and it's called Wish Dragon. If you have ever watched Aladdin, it kind of gives you a So that's Wish Dragon. I actually watched this with my daughter. She absolutely adores this movie. Um, like I said, it's pretty much like an Aladdin, but surprisingly enough, where in Aladdin, he it was definitely more like a romantic. He like really liked Jasmine. The idea in Wish Dragon was it was like his long lost friend. It was like a childhood friend that moved away that he really just wanted to reconnect with. He definitely liked her, but they really approached it from more
Mm.
like of a friendship perspective. So yeah, I don't know. My daughter's really young, so I don't know if y'all kids will actually watch it or not. But
No, Max and Eva will totally be here for this. I think it looks really cute and I like the idea behind it. But you know what? This made me think of something I actually was already thinking of this because now that me and my ex-husband are both dating other people that's not each other, my kids have a lot of questions like about relationships and dating and what that even means and stuff and liking people. And I was just thinking like, why did they put that in kids' movies?
well, like dating and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people would say grooming girl, but
Because I'm about to say, because they want you
I
to
mean,
get the idea to fall in love.
even since we was little, like you think of like Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, all of them had love interests and they were technically freaking adult characters. It just really don't make no sense to me. Why from a child's age are we made to perceive relationships in a certain way or like an idea? Like, hmm.
no, I think about that all the time. And to be fair, it's really interesting. It's you definitely obviously the ones that you just threw out Disney. You know what I mean? Especially like a lot of the classic Disney movies are low key children's animated romance, not romance novels, but they really are just like these grand fairy tales of love. So, I don't know. It almost makes me wonder if like how they again people talk about programming through like media and entertainment, if that's really where like the obsession with like this romantic fairy tale love story really even began. It's from like these childhood movies. mm.
Yeah.
Look at Bianca over there like, well, I love love and I also love you.
No, like, I mean, as far as the movie that we was just probably the trailer that we just saw, my kid's not really a movie type girl. I just really noticed that about her. There's only certain movies that she actually like really enjoy. And to be honest, they're like she like the Parent Trap. And the shows that she typically watch are like That's So Raven and like Sister and like Victorious and Sam and Cat. My kid's not really an animated type girl. Is really what I'm trying to say. Like I don't know what it is. She don't really like movies like that. She like,
Brie
huh?
has matured past cartoon.
that is crazy though.
Like,
She's in it's Breezy in first grade, right?
Yes.
yeah. Well, she's
Yeah.
second grade
Wow.
now.
Max watches Stephen Cat too, but there's certain shows I still won't even let him watch, like those teenager shows and stuff, because it just be like
It's
a
too
little bit too
much.
much. And they do
Yeah.
say stuff that is low key inappropriate. That if your kid doesn't know what that means, it will totally go under their radar. But if you have adult conversations around your kid, they will definitely be able to piece shit together up after a while. And for that reason, yeah, I can't do it with a lot of those shows because my kids are too, they're really smart and really intuitive and they can figure out stuff. And the next thing you know, they be asking me questions. What does this mean, mommy? What is that? What is that? And it's just like, we're not there yet.
Mhm.
Slow down. You're in kindergarten. Let's not even go there.
I agree. I agree.
I
And
guess it's not weird.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, I guess it's not weird to me because when I was growing up, I was never really a cartoon type girl either, and I was always watching the shows. So I feel like I don't know. It's just not. I get how it'd be weird to other parents, but it's just not
Do
weird to
you
me.
ever think that played a part in your maturity? You watching certain
Yeah,
shows?
probably, but I don't. I mean, probably so. I never had a problem with being. I didn't. It didn't bother me that I was majored up. So I
Of
guess
course, it wouldn't bother
Yeah,
you.
it
Why would
wouldn't.
it bother you? You was living your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when you have to think like it didn't bother me, but did it bother my parents?
obviously not, cause she let me do the shit too. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a cycle.
Oh my god.
It might be though.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I definitely seen a lot of grown up struggle growing up because my mom's a young mom. She's like only 18 years younger than me. By the time you get to a certain age, y'all be low key having the same interest in wearing the same type of clothes. Like, to be honest.
yeah.
But um, I'm like, I'm like a crazy hawk protective mom. Like crazy. I just be like, don't do that, don't do that. I just started letting these kids watch Fortnite, and honestly, it's giving me a fucking anxiety attack to let them play that. Because grown-ups be playing that. You don't know what the hell they be watching at any given second or saying or hearing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So I try to be super super selective. I know I'm gonna have to loosen up my grip eventually, but at this age, I'm still. What is that? Hold on, mommy don't like that. Turn that off. Like I'm still that mom. I got locks on everything, so she can't even exit out of. Like we have HBO Max, she can't even exit out of the kid's profile without the code. That's I'm that mom for now. So we'll see how it goes. I did also want to add that Wish Dragon is actually Jackie Chan is one of the executive producers, and a lot of times with animated films, um, it's really tricky because obviously you don't see the actors. Cause and sometimes I'm gonna be honest, it'll be a movie that depicts one culture, but none of the cast will be from that culture. I will have you know, Wish Dragon did not do that. You know, it has a cast full of Asian Pacific actors, actresses, and I do think it was, you know, it's pretty well done. Like I said, Amaya liked it. She wanted to watch it again the next day. So if your kid asks to watch a movie again, that's how you know it was a hit for them. So I think that pretty much is almost going to wrap up this week's episode. The only other thing I think we for sure wanted to go over this week, just because it's going to change by the time we have our Sunday show, is the basketball bracket. Now, for those of you that didn't make it to last Sunday's show, we had some people mention to us that they wanted us to ask some sports related topics. You know, Shay and I committed to watching some of the games, being a little bit more involved so we can give y'all real commentary. I don't have that for y'all this week. Shay, do you? I don't. Okay, I don't either. And I'll be honest, I pulled this bracket a day or two ago when I was making a presentation. So I don't even know if it's all the way accurate, but based on this information right now on the Eastern Conference, Philadelphia and Atlanta are tied. So obviously, you guys know it can go 7 rounds, but once a team gets to four, they win. So that's still up in the air. Milwaukee and Brooklyn. Actually, this is definitely outdated because I'm pretty sure.
Beat Brooklyn.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then obviously in the Western Conference, you have Utah and the Clippers. You know, at one point they were tied. I don't know if it's still that way right now in this present moment. But if it isn't, check it out because it's a good matchup. And then Phoenix just blew Denver out of the water. So I don't know what happened there. But Phoenix blew Denver out of the water. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Chris Paul plays for Phoenix now.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I'm actually really, really excited to hear this because I want to see Chris Paul get a ring this year, honestly. I do like Brooklyn, though. We like some of the players that play for Brooklyn, so it's going to be tough, but I don't know. I really like Chris Paul.
It's gonna be tough. But you know, I just hope above anything it's just like really good game. I feel like the players were really aggressive in their game this year because last year was so crappy for them and for the audience. So this season has been a real treat for me. Even the couple games that I caught or just knowing what the brackets look like. Like this is excitable.
Yeah, it's definitely. I hate to say this, but the quarantine basketball was not as good. It was a completely different vibe. It was a completely different experience. Even watching the games on TV, they were not. It was just not entertaining. So I agree with Shay 100%. It's definitely been super exciting. It's just nice. Like it's just nice to watch. So we will keep you in the loop. Obviously, we'll be back on Sunday at 8. So we'll have an updated bracket for you. And I really am going to commit to watching the games this week. So who knows? I might even be able to point out, little highlights that happened during the game. You never know. Maybe. So before we close it out, of course, we want to open it up for any Q&A in the chat. You guys have questions for us, comments, anything you want to say. But it's a weeknight. We got school in the morning.
Chase said she rooting for Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, okay. Who y'all rooting for in the chat?
Get jerseys. I'm gonna get like a jersey. Like just take it back for the one time.
Girl.
Jerseys are coming back though. I literally went to the store the other day with Max because he had seen like this Mario party like jersey, and it was this store. All they had was different jerseys, and some of them was like actual official teams. Some of them was just like licensed like Looney Tunes or like because
Space Jam.
everything. And I don't know, it was cute. I went to Target the other day and I seen hella Looney Tunes Space Jam merch, and I was like,
Look, they are getting to their bags. LeBron and family, they're not playing around.
And they shouldn't at all. I want to see some exclusive LeBron Space Jam shoes come out.
I might be wrong, but I definitely feel like I saw something circulating.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. And look, we'll let you guys know on Sunday for sure if that's the thing. Maybe just post y'all what the shoe looking like.
Yeah, because I feel like I saw it on the sneakers app actually. Yeah, but we'll definitely add that for sure. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to close it out, you guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. We appreciate you guys so much. Y'all really came through tonight. We appreciate the engagement. Y'all checking us out. And yeah, we will see you for sure on Sunday. But if there are any posts in between then, feel free to follow our Instagram page and our Twitter page because we will always post any streams that are happening on there. And that is Blank Space Show on Instagram.
Right. And we for real keeping up with getting our past streams up on YouTube. So if you miss something, if it's not up on the stream no more, go to YouTube, just search as The Blank Space, and you might even have to put Twitch on there because for some reason it's still coming up like for our old page.
Okay.
But just put like The Blank Space, Twitch, and it'll come up and you'll see like our last few streams if y'all missed it.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to close it out. Thank you guys. As always, we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Catch you next week. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.